Imagine a courtroom where the judge is an algorithm, its face a flickering display, its tone as steady and unfaltering as a metronome. Can justice truly be blind, or does replacing human judgment with code risk blinding us to the soul of morality itself? When machines begin to define right and wrong, do we witness the perfection of ethics, or its erasure? For centuries, the guardians of morality have worn many faces: wise elders, philosophers in togas, rabbis and imams hunched over sacred texts, parents at bedside spinning stories of virtue and vice. Through all this, morality has been a human affair, resting on empathy, forged in conflict, endlessly renegotiated in the marketplace of our messy, passionate lives. Human morality is rarely as clear-cut as algorithms might wish. It emerges from the tension between ideals and flaws, between outrage and forgiveness, between rules and the aching exceptions that real life demands. But now, in hospitals and courtrooms, on social networks and city streets, algorithms are being tasked with decisions once reserved for flawed but feeling minds. Software sorts job applicants, predicts who might commit crime, mediates disputes, even determines who gets a loan or transplant. The premise is seductive: machines don't tire, they don't discriminate, at least not like we do, and they bring a serene, infallible logic to the dilemmas that torture mortal minds. Yet in this quest for digital purity, a larger question looms: can morality survive if it is administered by creatures of silicon rather than flesh? Perhaps the clearest path into this paradox is through the story of the self-driving car. Imagine it barreling down a quiet street, sensors suddenly catching sight of a child darting into its path. The algorithm must choose, swerve and risk the lives of the passengers, or stay the course and harm the child. A tidy moral puzzle, the famous trolley problem, now made literal. Engineers have tried to map ethical theories onto lines of code: utilitarian logic versus rules-based commands, aggregates of public opinion boiled into decision trees. No matter the code, though, the result is strangely chilling. Ethical reasoning, once wrung from hearts and heated debate, is now simulated in hardware, with each calculation detached, unfeeling, and terminally definite. Philosophers have long challenged the idea that morality is a spreadsheet of rules. Immanuel Kant believed in immutable duties, while John Stuart Mill advocated maximizing well-being for the most people. Yet both might flinch at the reduction of ethics to algorithm, because both knew that living morality has always required more than deductive logic. Compassion is not a subroutine, nor is regret, nor the profound, private deliberations that shape human conscience over time. Even the sternest codes, the Ten Commandments, the categorical imperative, come alive only when tested against the nuances of lived experience. Technology's promise lies in impartiality. Yet algorithms absorb the data they are fed, the echo of social inequalities, historical prejudices, market preferences, all repackaged and invisible to the untrained eye. When biased policing data trains a crime prediction system, or skewed credit histories inform lending platforms, the digital arbitrator recapitulates our old injustices under the guise of computational objectivity. The machinery of fairness hides its own creators, collapsing thousands of micro-judgments into a black box that few can question or interpret. In delegating morality to machines, we risk obscuring responsibility in the labyrinth of code, what theologian Dietrich Bonhoeffer called the absence of the ultimate question: should I do this? Yet there are those who argue that machines, precisely because they lack feelings, can guide us toward a more rational ethics. No favoritism for one tribe over another, no knee-jerk cruelty or sentimentality, just clear rules acted upon with unwavering discipline. But here, too, we should be wary. Morality untethered from feeling may be internally consistent, but it can run roughshod over the quirks and contradictions that make us human. Consider the ancient story of Abraham, paused with knife aloft above his son, a moment neither of calculation nor rule following, but agonizing fidelity to a voice beyond comprehension. Such stories remind us that the deepest moral decisions erupt from encounters with otherness, the unpredictable, the vulnerable, the face of the stranger. So, what happens when machines define right and wrong? Our world becomes more legible, perhaps safer in the aggregate. But morality risks flattening into mere procedure, virtue shorn of imagination and humility. We may become spectators as automated ethics plays out behind glass, less practiced at discernment, less responsible for the choices made in our names. The prophets and philosophers who once troubled us with hard questions may yield to programmers and engineers whose creations lack doubts of their own. Still, even as algorithms filter our world, the ancient work of conscience persists. Every line of moral code begins with a human author, every input is offered by some individual or community, every system justified, at least initially, by our collective vision of the good. Ceding judgment to machines does not absolve us, it invites us to an uneasy pact with our own creations. Perhaps, then, the arrival of moral machines is not the end of ethics, but a call to scrutinize how we love, forgive, and judge, to insist that behind every algorithm must stand a human face, willing to answer not just how, but why. In the end, if machines teach us anything about morality, it may be this: what makes morality human is not its precision, but its pain, the restless, unfinished labor of answering, again and again, the question of what we owe to one another. When judgment becomes too easy, do we risk forgetting how deeply it matters?